Who are these people?
Messages.
Yeah.
Good leeway there. We're going to once again talk about this guy, who I don't think gets nearly enough. Well, people say they hate him, but they're basically bending down and licking his boots, essentially.
Yeah.
So talking about hostages, of how people, were kind of like, a lot of people online were kind of praising, the IDF. Hey, over the weekend, hey, we got 2 hostages out,
Yeah.
from the clutches of Hamas.
Right.
And then shout out to Nico, who tweeted this out, I believe, on Monday.
Fuck.
Them hostages.
Who said, bring the hostages home. This is an article from our friends at anymore.com, friend of the show, DeCamp.
Yep.
So we're going to read into this. Again, this is another short article.
Dave does lovely, short, beautifully digestible, like a paragraph even. It's great. Really, go bookmark antiwar.com. Go look at their stuff. I know their website needs updating. It's okay. They're working on it. They're getting there. So
yeah, not that user friendly, but I did pull this article where Dave writes, Netanyahu unilaterally vetoes further hostage deal talks. Huh? Like
again. Further. Right. That means he's done this a few times.
Right.
Yeah.
A group representing hostage families said the move was a death sentence for the Israelis remaining captive in Gaza. So Dave writes, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vetoed further hostage deal talks without consulting his war cabinet, infuriating families of Israeli hostages in Gaza, the Times of Israel reported. The Hostages and Missing Families Forum, a group representing relatives of most of the Israeli hostages in Gaza, said it was stunned by Netanyahu's move to end the talks. It appears that some of the members of the cabinet decided to sacrifice the lives of hostages without admitting it, the group said, adding the decision was a death sentence for Israeli captives. Israeli media is reporting that War Cabinet members Ben Gantz and Gadi Eisenkot of the National Unity Party are furious over Netanyahu's move and met on Wednesday to discuss their response.
Who's furious?
The veto came after.
Who's Prime Netanyahu? Yeah. Cabinet members, so members of the Knesset, war cabinet members are like upset about it. Like, hey, you're fucking this up, dog. Like, okay. Oh, there you go.
Thank you. The veto came after Mossad chief David Barnea met with U.S., Egyptian, and Qatari officials in Cairo on Tuesday to discuss a potential hostage deal. Before the meeting, Netanyahu rejected an outline for a proposal drawn up by his top officials and instructed Barnea to only listen and not offer any new proposals. Egypt and Qatar are looking to hold another meeting yesterday, but Israel has said it will not attend. The Times report said that in Israel's absence, Hamas officials will go to Cairo. Israeli officials have dismissed Hamas's latest offer for a hostage deal as delusional. The Palestinian group proposed a 135-day truce to facilitate the release of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners and to work towards a permanent ceasefire. So again, Hamas has already met, called for a solution to this. And in addition to that, they also wanted IDF troops out of Gaza as part of
this deal.
As part of the deal. You know,
which are like, nah, fuck that. We need to be able to keep oppressing you.
Right.
So
Hamas wants Israel to release 1,500 Palestinians, and this is also significant because many of these Palestinians are locked up for essentially crimes like throwing a rock at like maybe
Right.
an IDF officer or like an Israeli or something. Like
Yeah.
something really minor in my mind, that they're locked up for. Yeah, so that's just what Hamas is also wanting to
Okay.
have as part of their deal. And Netanyahu's like, nah. So Hamas wants Israel to release 1,500 Palestinians, which is reportedly a major sticking point for the Israeli side. Netanyahu has an interest in continuing the slaughter of Palestinians in Gaza, as polling has shown Israelis want him to resign or for new elections to be held once the military operation is over. The Israeli leader is planning to launch a major assault on Rafah, which happened, the southern Gaza Strip city on Egypt's border that's packed with 1.5 million Palestinians.
Happened during the Super Bowl.
Right. An Israeli invasion of Rafah will inevitably kill a huge number of civilians since the majority of Palestinians are sheltered in tents on the streets of the city.
Keep in mind, they made Rafah one of the safe zones.
Right.
And now they're bombing it. So.
Right.
Yep.
Despite expressing some concerns, the U.S. has given Israel the green light to attack Rafah and will not impose any consequences if civilians are killed.
Didn't Biden have a whole flub of this where he said something along the line of like U.S. military attack on Rafah or whatever? Something along those lines. If I remember correct. So.
Yeah. So make sure you share this with your friends, fam.
Yep.
The ones who claim that, Hamas isn't coming to the table with anything, or Hamas, but Hamas, everything, like Hamas has the hostages. Well,
yep.
So it again, it's like no one's necessary. Well, not enough people, I would argue, are calling out. But I say that, but Netanyahu in of itself is not the problem here. It's the occupation and the ideology of Zionism that is promoting this idea. So you can get rid of Netanyahu all you want, but they're going to get another prime minister who probably is going to think along the same lines as Netanyahu is. Hell, they've had this kind of situation over the last 75 years since the state of Israel has been established. So, like, to get rid of Netanyahu is killing one roach in a den full of them.
Yeah.
It's not going to help the situation in terms of, the plight of the Palestinians right now. And right now they're in basically trapped and with nowhere to go. They can't go back home because their homes are decimated.
Well, and Egypt is building infrastructure to keep them from being pushed there, like as a direct result against what Israel's trying to do by pushing them into Egypt, which will inevitably they'll push themselves right into the Sinai and head towards the Nile like they want to. So, which they have open claims of doing, which I love. They always claim, Putin wants to take over the world. Once he takes Ukraine, it's the rest of Europe, which he's made no indications he ever has wanted to do. Yet, Israel has openly claimed how much they want to take over and over and over again. And yet no one listens to those pleas. So, yeah, I mean, just the fun stuff all over, they bombed the aid headquarters because supposedly it gave power to Hamas tunnels. They've, and you want to talk about hostages, pretty much since it started, they've killed their own people with the Hannibal Directive, with, they've flooded those same tunnels with seawater and concrete, and half the hostages who've been polled are like, we thought Israel would kill us, so like, because that's what they know would have happened. So, and it's usually they turn down these hostage deals because they don't want to end the genocide. So
No.
clearly that's a sticking point for them. So, you know, I don't know. So, but in the Zionist fucking, you know, ethno state, that would be nice. So, anyway, anything else you wanted to add? I think that's pretty much it.
No. Yeah.
So
I have just given that we normally don't do. Well, actually, we used to do Friday.
Yeah.
Well, at least we would record a segment on Fridays.
Right.
But yeah, we wanted this to be a short stream, given that we know, just to help you recover, and then just. But we wanted to kind of keep on track for
upcoming
100th
weeks
episode, which
Yeah.
is in March. Don't
Yeah,
know the
it's-
date. I forgot the
It's
date
the
off the top of
6th,
my head.
I do believe.
This is it?
Yep. Should
Or is
be.
it the 13th?
Yeah, 2 weeks from now. So
No.
next week's the 21st.
No.
Week after that's the 28th. And then the Wednesday after that's the 6th. So that should be our 100th. So
No, this is our 96th
96th
episode.
Okay. Well, 13th then.
13th.
Yeah, one of those.
I think the 6th is our 2-year anniversary.
Okay, my math might be all sorts of wrong.
That's what
so
you're thinking, and then I think the 6th is our 2-year anniversary of when we started INN.
Yeah,
and then it's our 100th episode the following week.
But yeah, just gotta go talk to Rob and make sure all that's settled and we're good with that. So hopefully we have some upcoming guests too that should be looking forward to. So
but yeah, let us know who. We do listen to your recommendations. We definitely have gotten a few of guests that you will like on the show. Not for the lack of trying, but but it is a numbers game on YouTube that obviously the bigger subs you have, the more likely you are to get
guests and whatnot. So
especially of quality,
do this
caliber to come on.
Hit that subscribe button. Do you want to see us have some more interesting people on? So
yeah,